Hello guys, welcome to Next Gen Coders. This is the second episode of full Python course in our YouTube channel. In previous video, I had explained about the features of Python and real-time applications of Python. So in today's video, I'm going to explain about the difference between compiler and interpreter and Python approach of running the code and bytecode and PVM and what is the purpose of these topics in real-time applications. So, jumping into the next slide, it is about the compiler. Before telling about the compiler, I am going to explain what are the uses of compiler and interpreters and why these are used to run codes. So, uh, to make machines to understand our language, we need to write machine language, which are the binary numbers like 0 1 1 0. And I had explained you about the binary numbers in maths for programmer course, so you can click that video, which I will add into the description. So these are the binary numbers which are very complex to write. To overcome this problem, we had invented high level programming languages which are known as C, C++, Java, and Python. So, but there is a drawback in this high level programming language because we write code in English. So, we need to convert English into binary code. So, we need to have an interface which is known as compiler and interpreter. These compilers and the interpreter converts the high level programming language written in English into binary numbers. So these compiler and interpreter have different way of executing the code. So let's jump into the compiler and know about it. Compiler runs all the code at once and gives the output at once and also gives the errors at once. So C++ uses approach. So let me give you an example based on your daily life. Assume a waiter in a restaurant who take all your orders at once and deliver all the orders at once. So assume you had ordered pizza, burger, and fries all at time, and he delivered those orders all at once instead of giving pizza at one time, burger at one time, and fries in one time, but he delivers all at one time. This is the basic job of compiler. It executes all the code at once and gives the error at once. So this is the mechanism of the compiler. For example, you had written n lines of code, and after executing this all n lines, this gives the error all at once and tells the errors present at which line. So let's jump into the next process called interpreter. Interpreter executes line by line execution. For example, take the same weighted example, uh, but this waiter gives all orders, gives the order delivers after one by one. Like pizza, he delivers pizza and gives burger, and gives burger and give fries, all at different tasks. So this is the job of interpreter. Interpreter do line by line execution, and these are the key difference between the compiler and the interpreter. The compiler is very fast to run, but interpreter is very slow because it executes line by line. And compiler gives all the errors at once, and interpreter gives line by line error detection. And compiler requires more memory, and interpreter gives less memory. And compiler does all entire program at once, but interpreter gives statement by statement or line by line. And compiler creates executable file, but interpreter does not require it. So these are the basic differences between the compiler and the interpreter. So moving on to the next topic, which is about does a Python is a compiler or an interpreter, which is a exceptional question in programming language. So the Python is the compiled and also an interpreter language, but in many books, Python is taken as interpreter language, but which is a misconception. So, for example, let's jump into the idle. For example, just open the file, write the code. print hello world. Print hello world. And print Chanakya. So we need to use commas for representing the strings. So let's save the file. You can see both the outputs are given at once. You think that it's in compiled language, but it's not. So Python is actually a compiled as well as a interpreted language, which means it uses compiler phase to change the English high-level programming language into the bytecode, and it uses interpreter to change the bytecode into the binary code, and gives machine to give the output. So Python usually have two phases, which are compilation phase and interpreter phase. In the compiler phase, it converts print hello world and print Chanakya into the bytecode, and interpreter uses that bytecode and gives the output. So you can see the two phases, compilation phase and interpretation phase. You can see that source code is the code written in English in high level programming language. This is actually converted into the bytecode using the compiler in Python, and this bytecode is run by the PVM to give the output through interpretation. This is the Python execution flow. As I said earlier, compilation phase and interpretation phase both are used. By using the source code through Python compiler, it converts into the bytecode, and bytecode is converted and gives the output through the interpretation. So you can see here. So in the compilation phase, as I said earlier, bytecode generation means source code converted into the bytecode, and it is platform independent. So this bytecode through PVM, which PVM refers to Python virtual machine, the bytecode is read and converts into the binary numbers, and operating system like Windows Linux executes it and gives the output and the end through interpretation phase. So let's jump into the next topic on the uses of these topics like compiler, interpreter, and PVMs. So these topics help us to know performance optimization and help us to debug debug in a better way, and also to ace our interviews. So this is a very crucial topic in interviews. So I hope you had enjoyed this topic. In the next lecture, I'm going to introduce about variables and literals. Variables are also known as inheritors. So stay tuned. Subscribe to Next Encoders. If you like this video, please like this video. I will share you the links of these notes and also all the core Python courses and the previous video in the description.